So it is now the 29th, which is a Friday. So, is it? My God, it is. So it's it's been a while since the Buzzwordathon was over. This is the first chance I've had to film. I work full-time now and I am out of the house for like 11 hours a day, and then I come in and then I fall asleep and then repeat. So this is the first chance I've had to film my little wrap up for this. I did stick pretty strictly to my TBR and I want to tell you how it all went. So my first finished book is 101 Amazing Facts by How It Works. I'm on my break at work, hoping no one else comes in the staff room, and give it. Gonna start this now. Massive rush this morning. I missed the bus because of like a whole million different things, and then got in like 2 minutes after my shift was supposed to start, after I was supposed to be on the floor because I work in retail. But I've calmed down now. It's been like an hour and a half. I've actually done some of my NaNoWriMo at the desk, just writing on the till receipts because we had no one in. And now I have as well, if I swap my phone to my other hand, here am I, simply neological. I have coffee. So I'm gonna spend my break reading 101 Amazing Facts You Need to Know. I won't finish it because I've got like 7 minutes left, but I'm gonna make a start. Buzzwordathon. Doing it. This doesn't really give you much depth into anything, obviously, as you'd be expecting, but it does kind of give you a little bit of information and enough depth that you can go and do your own kind of research into it whilst knowing something from the start. I think I know that one already. Nothing amazing, nothing spectacular, but I'm going to give this 3 stars. So, first book. I'm going to do that all the time, I'm sorry. Next book, 5 Little Pigs by Agatha Christie. It's a Poirot story, number like 20 something. So it is currently, what's the time? 7:30 in the morning. But I just shifted myself around. I finished 5 Little Pigs by Agatha Christie last night. So I started and read this all in one day, doing decently for this readathon. It was good. The ending was who I thought it was going to be, but it went at it in a very roundabout way, which was pretty interesting. And I just, even though I never rate these like super high, I gave it 3 or 4 stars, I think 3. So even though I never rate them super high, I always really enjoy them. What am I doing? What is this lighting? I have a light right there. That's not helpful. Just looking at myself now. But yeah, so even though I never rate them super high, I always really enjoy them and really speed through them. I don't know why I don't rate them higher. I don't know. Also, I may have just been covering the microphone for all of that. I am very tired. This is my first day off from work in 7 days. I worked 7 days on the trot, and so my boyfriend is coming up from York and we're going to go and look at the Lytton Phil and have a look around the library, which is going to be awesome. So I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done, but I just wanted to update you on this because I finished it at midnight last night, or this morning. This one, again, I gave 3 stars. I've discovered why I don't give Agatha Christie any more than 3 stars. Most of the time. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 2. On average, it's 3 for Poirot, and that's because Poirot always figures things out with facts that the reader doesn't know whilst the story's going on, and that annoys me. I want to be able to guess it myself and fail at guessing it, rather than fail at guessing it because you haven't told me everything, which I think is why I like Miss Marple more, because she uses inherent common sense that someone could know to then like figure out these mysteries. So, but I am still going to read every Poirot. I still do really enjoy them. I still fly through them. This was read in one day. This is read in one day. Happy with that. Then the next book that I finished Yep, was checking it was right there, is 4 by Veronica Roth. This is the kind of 4th book in the Divergent series. It's a set of short stories following 4, who is... It is Tobias. I kept thinking it had a H in it. It doesn't. Follows 4, who is a side character or like a secondary character in the main series. This starts before the main series starts and finishes up kind of halfway through the first book. I loved it. Like, I loved it for the nostalgia of it. There were, like, obviously there were cheesy tropes and it's very much a YA piece of literature, but I'm really glad that I read it. It was nice to be back in this world, which has been done so beautifully. We don't talk about the ending. The rest of it was done so beautifully and it was so much fun to be back in this world. I think I gave this 4 stars. It was a lot of fun. Can I say fun anymore? And then the last book that I actually finished reading is 11 Doctors, 11 Stories by these 11 authors. I'm not going to list them, I think I did that in my TBR, so. But yeah, so I read all of these. I did a Books and Lola, so as Kayla does, I posted them along the top and then I moved it to the sides when I was done. And then I wrote my rating on the post-it and averaged it out. My average rating came out at about 3.7 stars, so I rounded it up to 4 because it seemed harsh to put it down to 3. Some of the stories I really loved, some of them I really didn't like. There was one story I gave 2 stars, I really didn't like it. It would have been 1 star, but there's a mention of the Flower of Scotland, and I am half Scottish, and that particular piece of music on the bagpipes I really enjoy, so I may have searched it on YouTube and listened to it whilst reading the end of that little short story. A problem with a lot of these is that they needed more space. They needed to be more fleshed out, bigger stories, longer stories. The writing in this was quite large. If it was regular size writing and the book was the same physical size, I think that these stories would have had a lot more room to develop. But some of them were done brilliantly. Mallory Blackman's, I think I gave 5? Where is she? Yes. Mallory Blackman's one, which is the 7th Doctor, The Ripple Effect, I gave 5 stars. I also gave Neil Gaiman's 4.5. And like Alex Scarrow's 4. But there were no other 5s. There were some more 4s and 4.5 dotted through. It was mainly really good and really enjoyable. Definitely something that Whovian's gonna love. I'm gonna have a full review going up on my blog for each of the different like mini stories, and it doesn't spoil anything, but it's kind of hard to go into 11 different stories and be concise at the same time. So I will just say that if you're a Whovian, this will interest you, and I recommend either picking this up or these, each like individual author's stories. What am I doing? Was published as an ebook originally, and it was combined for this book. So if you just want to read from Derek Landy or just from Patrick Ness, then they will still obviously only be doing their Doctor, but you can read that. Definitely recommend, if you're not a Whovian and you love a specific author, maybe pick up just that author's one again, but it's going to be less of interest to you because it is very much focused around the Whoniverse. And then the last book that was on my TBR for the month was 11/22/63. Now we all knew that I wasn't going to finish it. We all knew. I made a good shot at it. I got 168 pages through, which I think is half decent. Also, I interrupt this showing. Look at this beautiful bookmark. If I can do that. I'm not used to having a viewfinder of any sort. Look at this beautiful bookmark that my friend Annie made for me. But yes, beautiful bookmark. Moving on. I'm not very far through this. It is not even onto the main story yet, but I am really enjoying it. I'm gonna 100% keep reading it. I'm really glad that I started it, and I think that I could have finished it, but there were a few days where I had migraines, so I would read it on my break, but then I couldn't read it for all of my break because I needed to nap so that I could keep working. And then I'd get home and then crash because migraine. I've just switched my migraine treatments, so they've been flaring up. So yeah, I didn't get very far through this one. Currently it is 3.5, 4 stars, but I am like, what? Is that a quarter? I'm a quarter of the way through, so we'll see how it develops. This is about going back in time and changing major events, and it focuses on, can you tell? Possibly not, JFK and his assassination, and we haven't even reached him focusing on that yet, 168 pages in, because it is a 700 page book. So why did I think I could read a 700 page book in a week-long readathon when I had work pretty much the whole week? I don't know, but also during this week I didn't have work all week. I did have 2 days off, and one of them my boyfriend came to visit and we went round the Lytton Phil. So if you follow me on Instagram, I have been putting up photos on my Bookster because oh my god, it's beautiful. So I'm going to insert some footage here because it's pretty. I found the physical geography and geology section, but I also found some sections on evolution. Some evolution sections, some psychology sections back there. It's just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous place. The birth and death of the sun. So this is the Lytton Phil here in Newcastle, and some of these books are incredibly old, and we can take them all out. You can't take them out of the place unless you're a member, but I can sit and look through any book I like. This was rebound in 48, so it's much older than that. The oldest one we found was in the late 1800s. The late 1800s. Caucasian folktales. It's just absolutely beautiful, and there's so much more through the other side there. So that's another reason why I didn't read. And I had a massive migraine once I finished the day with him, but it was worth it. So I read 4 out of the 5 books. It could have been worse. Yeah. It could have been worse. It could have been better. These are the 4 that I read. I'm glad that I got through them. I'm slowly getting through my kind of Doctor Who stash of books. I own quite a few Who books, and I haven't read most of them, so I'm slowly getting my way through them. Then I finished off this series. I was lucky that that was the next Agatha Christie that I owned to read. And my mum got me this like 5 years ago, so at least I finally read that. And I didn't pick this up too long ago, so I don't think it's too bad that I haven't read it yet. So that is my my wrap up for the Buzzwordathon. Buzzword Readathon. Numbers edition. I don't know. But yeah, so read 4 books. Enjoyed 4 books. Didn't love 4 books. Loved some of the books. Loving the book I'm reading. I'm now reading like 7 things at once. Because I was reading something before I started the readathon, and then I dropped that to do the readathon because it didn't have any numbers in the title. And then I'm already reading 2 other things. And then I'm just gonna shut up. I got through 4 books. I'm happy with that. If you haven't followed, oh, I always forget her name. Kayla's got someone partnered with her for this round of the Buzzwordathon. I should know who it is. I do. I can see her Insta like picture that she has up. Can't think of her name. Go find her. Down below. As well as Kayla. Not that you need a link to Kayla, but like it's there anyway. As well as all of my links to my various social medias and all of that. And click subscribe if you want to see some more of my rambling uselessness. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!